What's up, everybody? This is Todd with my buddy Trenell, and this is another week of a weekly gaming show. Today is Sunday, September 4th,
Yep, yep.
and we got quite a bit of news going on this week. We had PAX West going out and a couple other things that were announced, so sit back, enjoy.
And let's jump into that weekly icebreaker.
Yeah, definitely.
So this week we wanted to talk about gaming crossovers. So we're going to start this off by asking the question: what gaming crossovers would you love to see? And you can go ahead. You start that off. What would you like to see?
Me personally, I think I've seen this somewhere else before. I would love to see a Halo Gears crossover.
Ooh,
I think that would be awesome.
that would be awesome. I think I would play that.
I, I,
I mean, the thing about crossovers is like when you take two franchises, especially two that don't necessarily play exactly the same. How
right,
do you mesh that together?
right. So that makes it a bit harder.
Yeah.
Because Halo's first person and Gears is third person, but
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine, and I don't see it being too hard to integrate both. So you can go with first person view with third person mechanics, and allow for camera angle change.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like the way that Deus Ex does its combat.
Right.
It's a first person game, but then once you get into like
The covers
the
and
cover system, is it's a third person system.
right, and
So you know what, that actually might be pretty cool.
I think they can make a story concerning Halo. They basically just jump in planets, and eventually they
Right.
just jump to the planet that the Gears team is on, and the Locust and so on and so forth. I think that would be kind of cool.
I think that would be very cool. It's something that I would play as a fellow X bot. I would love to see that. Yo, make it happen. Yo, I need that now. As far as I'm concerned, and this is not necessarily a popular uh, choice, because of the way that the platforming genre has been, kind of on the decline for a long time. There hasn't been a lot of good platformers, and not a lot of platformers have been made. But I would love to see a Sonic and Mario crossover that is actually an action game and not like at the freaking Olympics. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I think
So
that
yeah,
would be super fun. It's just I'm not sure how they would integrate the two systems. I mean, Mario has kind of been consistent in the way that his games have been going, and the mechanics and everything. Sonic, he has had a different game mechanic for just about every single game. So I'm not sure exactly how they would kind of like implement like Mario style gameplay with Sonic gameplay when we don't even know how Sonic gameplay even works
well,
for
that
real.
I think that makes it easier since we don't know how Sonic works. He should work like Mario.
Yeah, I think yeah. If they were to choose between one or the other, they would probably choose more of a Mario kind of style and just have Sonic just be faster.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the kind of crossover I would want. And you mentioned you want the gear. I think the Gears Halo is a lot more
Po-
probable.
Yeah, a lot more
I think that was more likely to happen. I mean, Sega has said in the past that the reason that they got the license to do the Olympic Games is because they made a pitch for a proper crossover, and Nintendo was like, "Nah, we're not doing that."
No.
But then
Yeah.
they actually pitched the Olympics idea, and they were more cozy with that. But
Right.
but yeah,
I can see that because I mean, Nintendo is extremely protected over the IP of
oh definitely.
over the past week.
Yeah, yeah, they be going ham.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, that's something I would play. Mario.
Oh yeah,
I would love to play a Mario game back um in a style of like Super Mario 3 before they started going this 3D world, like the side scrolling. I'm just jumping up and bumping boxes. I would love to play that.
okay,
That would be,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and move into our top 5 stories of the week. And Boogie, you have the honor of starting us out.
Okay, so the PAX West was this week, and I believe it's still going on. I think it ends tomorrow.
Okay.
But so far this week, PAX is not necessarily a gaming platform, but they
Right.
do game companies do show up there. Microsoft was there, Square Enix was there, A bunch of other guys were there showing off games and trailers. Then most of the stuff you see in the new trailers, new gameplay for games that have been announced, games that you're expecting. A couple that stood out to me was Recore, for one. You finally got to see what type of game and what the kind of gameplay is going to be. And it actually looks kind of cool. Seems like a type of action adventure, like a Tomb Raider style cave spelunking type deal. I'm kind of interested. There's 3 different robots. The one robot that's in there, and there's 2 other that works with the main character. So I haven't pre-ordered. That's something I'm definitely interested in getting.
Something that I did notice was that now it's listed and labeled as console exclusive, so it will be coming out for Windows 10.
Right.
I remember prior, like I think after they announced it at Evo, they did not specify whether or not it was going to be on PC or not at the time.
Right.
So, but now it is listed as a console exclusive game, so it will be coming to Windows 10.
That's because Recore is actually one of the Play Anywhere games.
Right. Yeah, so, and it wasn't established when it was announced before.
Initially, when it was announced, they didn't say it. Yeah, but I think they announced it at E3 or shortly after that would be in the Play Anywhere. Mm-hmm. So when you buy it on Xbox, you get it on PC, and vice versa. If you buy it on PC, you get it on Xbox, which I think that's pretty cool.
I think that's pretty dope. That is. I mean, I don't really see the use like if I have the console, then why would I? It just brings me back to that point that we made, months and months ago, that like if I already have the Xbox, I'm not gonna get it on console, and if I'm not gonna get it on PC.
Right.
And if I have a PC, there's really no point in getting an Xbox.
But I will say this, especially with the Xbox, say you have it on PC, you bought the game on PC, and you go spend a week at your cousin's house who only has an Xbox. You can load up your profile and continue playing your game.
This is true.
From right where you left off. I mean, there's that issue. I mean, there's plenty of people that have laptops. I might just go up and sit on their bed and play instead of having to sit in the living room in front of the TV. I mean, there's a lot of use cases. And just as you're saying, most people only buy a game. There's very few people that go and buy a game for a console and then turn around and buy the same exact game for the PC.
I've done it before, though.
It is done. Most of the time it's because one version that you buy is crap and you want actually a working version.
Yeah.
But typically 9 times out of 10, if you buy the game on PC, you just play it on PC. If you buy it on your console, you just play it on your console.
Yeah.
Having an option without having to pay any to play on either, I think that's a pretty good vibe.
Yeah. So it's not like you have to. It's basically just like opening up. It's like whatever you want to do. Like maybe somebody's using your TV. Mm-hmm. You can just I'll guess I'll play it on my PC.
Exactly.
So it is cool that they're opening up just the opportunity for you to do cool shit with it. But for me personally, I don't think I'll get much use out of it. Like except for the case where my girlfriend wants to watch TV, and I want to play Recore. So I'm like, well, I can still play Recore. I don't need a TV.
Right. I mean, the use case is limited, but I think I like it as an option, and I like that it's an add-on option. It's nothing.
It's an add-on option. It's nothing that you have to pay anything additional for. So that's cool. That's dope. I really appreciate that.
Another thing that came out of PAX West, they showed some more Final Fantasy 15 footage. It's Final Fantasy 15. Either you're excited for it or you're not.
Yeah, that's either if you're already sold on that game, then you're sold, and if you're not, then I don't know if you're really like because they're not bringing me in. They're not really bringing me in.
They showed some more For Honor, which we talked about that last week on when we taled about Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, yeah.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good. They showed off some of the classes. It's actually. It's very interesting. Like I said last week, I just hope Ubisoft can get their act together and release a working game.
Yeah, because like we said last week, this is a new genre for them that I don't think that they've ever done anything quite like this game before.
Not that I can recall. Yeah.
And it on paper it sounds good. But it's the execution is what's gonna make or break this game for them.
And from what I've seen, the trailers at E3, that this PAX. I mean, if you haven't seen the trailer from PAX, and we'll have the link in the show notes. But if you haven't seen the trailer, go check it out. Is actually the game looks really interesting. It looks like it could be fun.
Yeah.
Another thing they showed. and we've talked about this game, Mafia 3. I was kind of on the fence. This last trailer I saw, I'm going to pre-order the game. Dude, this game looks amazing. And
I'm getting it, man.
If you haven't been keeping up with Mafia 3, or you were on the fence, or just look at all of the Mafia 3 trailers. The game looks amazing.
Do yourself a favor, pick that thing up when it comes out, man. Definitely. That is going to be a great game.
Definitely. And like I said before we started the show, I started to do a pre-order, and I ran into some authentication issues, so I got to figure that out so I can get my pre-order up. But I'm definitely 100% buying that game. That game looks great.
It looks amazing, and I don't know what else to say about it, man. I've told the story. I think this is like the third time I've told the story on the podcast. I played Mafia 2, fell in love with it. It was a game for gold on the 360 a long time ago. I played it, I loved it, and now I am super, super excited for Mafia 3.
Yeah, that game definitely is a must buy. I agree.
For any like open world, like GTA fan, this is gonna be a game to pick up, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. And then one other thing I saw that was really interesting, that they have Jason is coming back for the umpteenth time.
Oh yeah.
And the game looked extremely violent. I mean, hack and slash. Like wow. I was like,
that's crazy, because I remember when that game was pitched. I think they did like Kickstarter or something, and they pitched it, and then like after the Kickstarter, they got what they wanted. Like it kind of just like went like into like hibernation. Like I hadn't heard anything about that game since the Kickstarter was funded. So it's actually really good to hear that that they're still going with this, because a few games kind of play similar, like when you got like this one killer and then you got the survivors trying to like get away. Right. A lot of those games have come out and have been somewhat successful since that time, since Jason was first announced.
Right.
The Friday the 13th game. So.
Right. I mean, I would like to see a little more gameplay, but I mean, if you're into gore and killing and that type of stuff, look, man. There's one scene where he squeezes a dude's eyes out, and like he jacks up a dude with a hatchet, and his blood and guts and crap all over it. It's really, dude. Listen, if you like it, that type of stuff is going to be something you might want to look into, because the kills are ridiculously gory.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
Have you watched all of the Jason movies? Have you seen any of them recently?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen any recently.
Okay.
But yeah, I used to be a huge Friday fan, Friday the 13th.
Okay, so quick question, bonus icebreaker.
Uh-oh.
What is your favorite Jason kill out of like all the ones that you can remember? Just give me one.
You know what? I have to like go deep into the reaches, because it's been at least 10 years since I've watched one of these movies.
There has to be at least one that stands out. I already have mine.
I can't think. I mean, I vaguely remember one where there was, that always the camp counselors are humping each other.
The and what? Oh yeah,
Yeah, he just jacked both of them, like stuck them together like a shish kebab.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty awesome.
Okay, my favorite one actually comes from a crossover movie. It was the Freddy vs. Jason movie. And the guy, he had just finished like banging this girl, right? The girl went in the shower, so he's laying on the bed, like on his stomach, right? He's laying on the bed. Jason comes in there, right? He stabs the guy. He's like, good, stabbing him, right? You can see them. They get a shot of the machete, like actually going through the entire bed, right? And then he picks up the mattress and folds this guy like backwards. I was like, damn. That is my all-time favorite Jason kill. And I was like, oh shit. He folded him. I love that kill. Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, man. Jason, man, he's brutal, and the game is definitely bringing out his brutality.
That's good.
That's for sure.
That's actually really good, because Jason has been gaining a lot of steam lately. With his integration into the Mortal Kombat X, franchise or whatever.
you gotta remember, Jason is old as dirt. I mean, there's
Jason,
a lot.
that's an old ass movie. That's like what, in
Yeah.
the 80s?
Yeah, 80s and early 90s. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of people right now that's like, Jason, who the hell is a Jason? Why is he in my Mortal Kombat type
Right.
thing going on? So to bring him some more press, you know, bring him out so people can see what he is and what he does is, I think that's kind of cool too, because
Yeah,
I
definitely.
grew up watching Jason. Jason was awesome.
Jason was awesome, and I think it'll be, well, I don't know if easier is the right word, but I think this will be a better way to expose him to the masses,
Right.
like versus trying to make another movie
Jason movie,
and
yeah.
doing it correctly, because there's so many like variables when it comes to making a movie and whether or not movie is going to hit with the core audience. Like I think transitioning and making a horror based game, you know, is a perfect fit for Jason, and I really hope that it does well.
Because I think in today's climate, the horror movies, the brooding, unstoppable serial killer is just not popular right now. That's
Yeah.
not the way. That's not the horror movies.
That's not the horror movies that are selling.
Right, exactly. So yeah, definitely bringing them via gaming is I think that's a good idea. It looks like they're trying to do it right, and
Yeah.
if they do it right, I think it'd be good.
I think a lot of the people that were involved with the movies are involved with the game too.
Maybe
So-
I'm not sure of. Yeah, but
yeah.
then I have one more, and then this is what WTF, what the fuck out of PAX. So Harmonix was there, and they talked about Rock Band, right?
Okay.
But it's Rock Band VR. Do you want Rock Band VR?
I don't. All right, so I don't want anything VR, but Rock Band, like,
Yeah, I'm like, there's no online co-op, so basically you're playing the game by yourself. And I always saw Rock Band as a game that you played with friends and family. I mean, I remember when
Yeah.
Rock Band was popular, I would go visit, like we'd go visit my mom, all of our brothers and sisters and stuff, and we'd set up Rock Band in the living room and just rock at it, have a
jam
blast,
out, yeah.
right? But I mean, if I got to put a big old headset on, I'm playing by myself. I can't play online with anybody. What
Nah.
the hell is the point?
nah, that's a stupid idea. And like, what would so what's the point of the game? Are you like, do you see from the perspective of like of the
Yeah, from the band, and you're looking
okay,
out. You're looking
so
out.
you're looking out into the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I guess that's cool as far as like, you know, seeing from a different perspective. But I mean, like that's you can just create. You could just do that. You could just make that a viewpoint
I just
in the actual Rock Band. That you don't need VR to play Rock Band. I think that's a very stupid idea.
So basically, you're just standing on the stage looking around as you play. I mean, you can see your bandmates, you can see the crowd,
Nah.
and I think it's instead of like having the you know the thing on the front,
Mm-hmm.
you know the musical notes that shows you how to play the instrument in your hand that you're holding shows you where you have to play.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of cool, but
Yeah, it's like it's cool, but it's just like, come on now, you're gonna take this one step forward and integrate VR, but you're gonna take 3 steps backwards. No cooperative,
right,
you know, no online. Like, I think that's a terrible idea for a VR game.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I think that they're just pulling. And that's why I think that this isn't gonna last, because I feel like they're just pulling at strings. Like, what can we do VR? What can do VR? Like,
yeah, there's no creativity. There's no creativity. It's very little, and unless somebody comes up with something better than just put me in first person view so I can look around the cockpit of my plane or looking at my instruments or no, thank you. You're right. VR is not going to succeed the way is being pushed out right now.
Yeah, the way that they're integrating already existing franchises and just shoving VR into it is like it's not going to work.
Right.
Because that is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
It's like, number one, you got to have the whole VR headset all on your face and cables
right.
everywhere. And then, like, let's say I play in the drums.
No, there's
like,
no drums.
So there's only guitar.
Yeah, it looks
stupid.
like it.
See, I play the drums. I play the drums on Rock Band. So already instantly, if VR wasn't already damning enough for it, no drums. No.
Yeah, I didn't see. They didn't demo anything with the drums. Maybe it's on there and I missed where they said it. But from all I can see, there was a drum. There was only the guitar. So I guess you can play guitar, you can play bass, but that's about it from what I've seen.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
And
I
then,
mean, I haven't played Rock Band in years.
no,
I had to get rid of all that damn plastic that was collecting dust in my house. So what the hell am I doing with all this shit?
yeah.
GameStop gave me $4 for all of it. I'm like, God damn, whatever.
Right. And then the other WTF was South Park, The Fractured But Whole. The 10-minute gameplay with the pooping mechanic, which that's so yeah, you can, there's that. I'm not gonna go too far into that. I mean, it's South Park.
Yeah, I mean, if you've played the previous game, then you already know that there is some borderline like holy shit, is this legal
Right.
type shit in those games. I mean, some of the content was actually cut in certain countries, so this doesn't surprise me. I'm still convinced that it's going to be an excellent game, and if you've liked the first one, you're going to like this one as well.
It makes 100% sense that they have that in the game. I mean, it's South Park, right?
Yeah, South Park is all about dicks and fart and shit jokes.
Don't they have the character?
Yeah.
Piece of shit, the singing piece
Yeah,
of shit.
yeah, the Mr. Hanky.
Mr. Hanky, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so
An actual character.
that does not surprise me. I
No.
just thought it was kind of funny that they brought that out. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah. I mean, just think, right? They're bringing out like the poop jokes and the poop mechanics now.
Right.
So that only like damn.
What
like
else?
what else? What is it that they don't want the large masses to see right now? You know what I'm saying?
What surprises are in store?
Yeah, what surprises are in store? Because I'm not going to say nothing about the previous game, but if you played it, you already know. You already know what went down in that game. And I think they're definitely going to be pushing the boundaries as far as like what they can get into these video games. Because they did it last time, they're going to do it again.
Right.
Yeah, those guys do not mess around.
Now, so we can go on about PAX for the whole show, but that's enough. I mean, those are some things that I felt were notable and interesting, and you just want to tell me there's a lot of stuff. PAX is still going on. There may be more news to come out of it. I mentioned before we started, Activision held their Call of Duty XP event where they made some announcements. You can go look up that if you want to know more about that. You can go look it up. Just look up the Call of Duty experience. But yeah, I'm going to cut it short there because we'll be going on and on and on.
Yeah, we could talk about PAX forever because
Yeah.
I mean they basically just showed new stuff about stuff we already knew
Right.
about. But yeah, so let's go ahead and move into the next story. And this is something kind of an update from what we mentioned last week, and it's the free games for PlayStation Plus for the month of September. During our last podcast, they had not yet released the new games for the month.
They didn't release it until the day before. Which
to the day before, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, they were kind of. I guess they. I don't know. I don't know why they did that, but I mean, we have. I would say, better. This is much better. It is much better. Come and got a PlayStation 4. I mean, if you have a PlayStation 4, then you're going to get a couple of pretty good games. First one that we have is Lords of the Fallen. And this was actually already featured on Microsoft's Games for Gold a while ago.
Yeah.
And I did get a chance to play it. It's kind of like Dark Souls. It's kind of like a Dark Souls type game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what more to say about it than that. I didn't get too far into it. I didn't really like the way it controlled, but I mean, it seemed like a solid game. I'll have to go back in and give it another try.
That's been sitting on my available to install list for a long time. I had no idea where the hell I got it from. Like, why is this on there? I just assumed I got it for Games for Gold.
Yeah, it was Games for Gold.
I never installed it, so I don't have much to say. It doesn't look like something I would really play. I just have a bad habit of, if it's on Games for Gold, I
just
take
download it.
Yeah, I download it and I'll delete it later because that way I know I always have it if I just want something different to play at some point.
Right. Also, for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 is Journey. And a lot of people that have played Journey have nothing but good things to say about it. I've never played it, so this will be my chance to actually experience this game. And that's the main thing that I heard about. This game is just an experience. Just go out and play it. So, so if there's any game that is worth it for this month, it's probably Journey on the PlayStation 4, which is actually pretty cool. Next on the list we have Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. Now, this is only on the PS3, but wasn't this a PS2 game?
No, was it?
The Forgotten Sands? I thought that was part of the trilogy on the previous consoles. Which one is this? Which
I don't
one is
remember.
this?
What's this? Forgotten Sands.
Yeah, I don't know if I've even played this one. No, I don't think I actually played this one.
I doubt if this was a PS2 game.
No. Let me see. No, yeah, this was a 360
PS3, right?
Wii PS3. Yeah, that's crazy. I thought
I
this was.
think that's probably like the last game, wasn't it? Was this the movie tie-in?
No, it wasn't the movie tie-in. It was, let's see. Sands of Time, Warrior Within, Two Thrones. Okay, so I guess this was the final in that series. I thought it was only a trilogy, but I guess they came out with another one. That's crazy. I have never played this one, and it's only available on PS3. So if you have a PS4, sorry, bro.
What? Fire up that backwards compatibility.
What? Where? Where? But yeah, I've never played this one, so I don't know exactly how good it did. I'm looking at some of the reviews on it. It has, mediocre to okay reviews.
Looks like it's trending between 5 and 7.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not much that I can really say about it. I mean, it's not the movie tie-in game, and it's not the rebooted one that was kind of like the cell-shaded one. I played that one. That shit was dope.
Yeah, I played like the first couple of Prince of Persia's. It never really grasped me. I was never a huge fan. The movie should have never been made.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal, what's good? And now he's doing another movie with Ubisoft games.
Yeah, The Division.
Right? Crazy.
Yeah,
they love him over there, and they love him over there at Ubisoft. So we'll see. But next on the list we have, what the hell is this? Datura?
Datura isn't. I think that's Pum Pum, the shooter games.
Oh, is that the space game?
Space shooter, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if there's any game,
let me verify.
Yeah, let's verify, because they usually always have one space game.
Dude, this.
No, this doesn't. Oh. This has absolutely nothing to do with space.
Nothing to do with space, yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what this is. I've never heard of this game before.
It's definitely an indie game.
Let's see. It's an adventure game. Yeah, it's like a little indie adventure game. I've never played it. It was developed by a Polish demo group, Plastic. Okay. I've never heard of this game, so yeah, just another one of those like random games I've never heard of.
Yeah, I have noticed that PlayStation or Sony on their free games they do a lot of indie games.
Yeah, a lot of indie games and a lot of space games.
Space shooters, right?
Space shooters. Next on the list we have Badlands. And,
Badlands was supposed to be a pretty good game. I never actually got a chance to play it.
I've definitely heard of Badlands, but I've never played it. It looks like a how do I explain what I'm looking at right now? Kind of like a I don't even know how to explain it. It looks like it's not a space shooter. It's not a shooter. It kind of looks like a.
Isn't it like a?
It's not a shooter.
Badland. It's like it's the one with the little that little shadow dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like a side scroller type game or?
I guess that's what you can call it. What would a? It's kind of like a side scrolling like puzzle puzzle game.
It's interesting. I
mean, it's interesting. This is also coming out on the PS4 as well. It's PS Vita, PS4, and PS3. You'll get Badlands.
The thing about Badlands is actually it was a mobile game.
Yeah, this was. It was out on mobile devices too.
Right. So I don't know. At least it's different. I thought coming out with Journey, Lords of the Fallen, and Badland, because I know Journey and Badland, they both were critically acclaimed games, and Lords of the Fallen it's a full game. It's better than what they have been giving out.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. And next on this is the final game that'll be released for the month. It's called Amnesia Memories, and it's for the PS Vita, and it looks like what is this? This is like a romance, supernatural, mystery, fantasy game. That's the genres that it.
Yeah,
that
that's
it's
that's
in.
a Japanese game. And,
Yeah, this is like some Japanese
yeah, I gave that
dating sim.
I gave that a quick glance, and I didn't really like whatever. But it makes sense that it'd be that type of game because the PS Vita is not popular, very
No.
popular anywhere outside of Japan. I mean, I'm assuming it's pretty popular in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
But you head out to Europe and North America and Americas, and you know you struggle to find anybody with one that claims they have one.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like this one. This is like a visual novel type series, is what this is. So. You won't catch me playing it, even if I had a Vita. That's definitely something that I'm not into. So not a lot of games. I mean, you have what? You got Journey, you got Badlands, Lords of the Fallen
For PS4, yeah.
for PS4, and then you got Prince of Persia, Datura on PS3, and then a visual novel game, dating sim fantasy game on the Vita. So
And
I mean,
Badland is also for PS3.
yeah,
So you got 3 PS3 titles, 3 PS4 titles, and 1 Vita title.
two. Badlands is also on Vita.
On Vita?
as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I would definitely say that if this is better than recent months, way better than recent months, but still not on the same level as the games for gold in terms of like, quality games that people want to play.
Right.
I mean, I could do without all of these games, honestly.
Right. And again, you are getting 3 PS4 games, but every month you
Yeah.
get 4 Xbox One games because the 2 games that are released for 2 360 titles are always backwards compatible.
So
So I mean, there's that as well. But I think this is definitely a step in the right direction. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Sony can maintain its momentum and continue to release quality titles.
quality titles. I think they need to just start releasing AAA games, like AAA games that have gone past their, their money making state or whatever, and
Yeah,
just release them, man.
Maybe that's why they went up $10 on PS
Maybe.
the PS Plus subscription to get you to get the players the better titles for the PS Plus.
Maybe.
Games.
Oh, I would hope so because honestly, I'm probably not going to download anything except for Journey, and that game was on the cheap to begin with. So,
Yeah.
oh well, let's move on from that. Transitioning from Sony back to Microsoft, we're going to talk about the Microsoft update. And since Todd is our resident freaking, what do they call it?
Preview program.
Preview program guy. So he's going to explain everything that has come out from the update. So
The
what's going on?
update hasn't been released yet. I've been every day I come in, log into my Xbox looking for the update. It's not quite out. What actually happened is Major Nelson made a gaffe.
Ooh.
He posted the update going out today, and it was a bit early. And as the internet does, the site was cached and it was posted up on Reddit with all the glorious details.
All them details.
Yeah. So basically, what's going on? It's an update. There's two huge ads. One kind of cool ad, and one's like, okay, good. The first huge ad is LFG. So anybody that's played any games, especially if you're playing like any kind of MMO type game, or like you're playing Halo, or you're playing one game I always talk about is Destiny, or a game along that ilk. Maybe Overwatch if you want to get yourself a full team of 6. The same can be said for Battleborn, because those games, although they're multiplayer, they're much better if you have a coordinated team that are communicating. It's much more fun, and it's a lot less stressful.
Yeah.
But they're baking in LFG into the Xbox live interface. So basically, if there's a game hub, if the game has a game hub, if you use Xbox, you know what it is. But on the games, you click on the game, and it'll show like a little icon. And if you click on it, it goes to the game hub. It gives you information about the game. It shows you Twitch channels that are currently live with the game. It'll show you videos, so on and so forth. There's also going to be an LFG option. And with the LFG option, it's just not randomly looking for a game. You can specify stuff like what characters, what class, what levels you're looking for. If you're raiding, you can specify what type of weapons they want, that type of thing. I mean, it sounds like a fully fledged LFG type system, which I think that's amazing. I don't have to go to a third party. I don't have to get off the Xbox. I can just do everything right from the seat of my pants on the TV. That's kind of cool. The second big addition is they're calling it clubs, but it's basically clans. So if you play games, most, especially the first-person shooters, MMOs, people build out clans. You got your clan for Rainbow Six, you got Call of Duty clans, you got Destiny clans, you got Overwatch, you got clans. So now you'll be able to manage your clan. You'll be able to create and manage your clan on Xbox, which I think is a lot easier. You don't have to go to, again, no third party. It's all right in front of you, easily accessible. Once you build out your clan, from what I've seen, it doesn't look like all your clanmates have to be on your friends list, which is kind of cool. So
that's dope.
You don't have to clog up your friends list, and if they're in your clan, you can still see their activity, see if they're online, what they're playing, and so on and so forth. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Those are two big things that are very common, especially in this day and age of online gaming. Clans and LFGs. I mean those two additions are amazing. Then they're making a change to the gamer scores. So basically, they're changing the gamer score leaderboard. The way it is now, it's just an aggregate of your total gamer score from the time you've been on Xbox to now.
Okay.
What they're changing it to is a monthly reset. Now, your historical gamer score won't reset.
I was about to say, like, what? You're going to reset my gamer score every month? What? No.
You'll still maintain your total gamer score, but what will reset is the leaderboard, the monthly leaderboard. So if you're playing games and you score 1,000 gamer score, you lead the leaderboard for that month. Next month it resets to 0, and it ticks up to see how many you're scoring the next month. Because I know there's people ahead of me in gamer score that haven't been on Xbox in a year.
Like years, yeah. So they're just higher on the leaderboards just because they have a higher gamer score.
Yeah,
but that actually makes a lot of sense, and I don't know why they had leaderboards for gamer score when it didn't actually reset. There was no way for you to be number one unless you just played 1,000 games.
Right. You farm
what's them gamer points or whatever they're called.
Yeah. And then the last one is to throw away the add emojis to the Xbox keyboard, which
boo.
Who cares?
Emojis need to die, man.
I don't
freaking
have
everywhere.
I don't
have a problem with it.
I mean, it is, use them or not, I don't care. Whatever. But yeah, I think the LFG and the clubs or clans, I'm going to keep calling it clans. They can call whatever the hell they want. It's clans.
Welcome to my club. They're trying to keep it family friendly out here. That's why.
Right. The clan feature and the LFG feature, those right there, those are game changers. I think
that's actually really dope.
Yeah, definitely.
And the leaderboard reset every month. That just makes sense. So.
And I think it's
welcome.
Yeah, it's definitely
welcome feature.
You can have people like me that only play one game for 2 months at a time. You don't have to watch me above you anymore. You can be like, yes, you keep playing that crappy game. I'll play all the big games, So yeah, that's
okay.
Cool.
That's very cool. So there has it been confirmed? Does it have a launch date?
There's no launch date, but this is an update. Again, this came from Major Nelson.
This was a leak from Major Nelson.
He made a big boo boo.
He made a boo boo.
Yeah, he made a boo boo. Like I said, what he did was he posted it he's a marketing guy, right? He's a community manager. He probably had it all set up, ready to go, and he posted it earlier than he should have.
Accidentally pressed that enter key. That's why. It's like, oh shit!
God damn it! But,
all right, so no release date yet.
Right, I haven't seen it. I've been looking, and like I said, I get home or whenever I get to my Xbox, I do go and manually look for an update, and I haven't gotten one yet. So
okay. So the news is already out there, so it's just a matter of time until they actually officially post it, and then we get the release date and everything. But if this is what's coming, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, definitely welcome additions.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next story, and this is interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but if anybody has been playing the game Ark Survival, there was a expansion that was released and it costs $20. It's a $20 expansion, and normally this wouldn't be a big deal, but this game is still in early access.
Right.
So we don't have a full game yet. It hasn't been completely optimized. There's still things that are like bugs and things that need to be fixed about the game, but they are releasing a DLC expansion for $20. And I think this is crazy. It's called Scorched Earth, and this is an entirely like new world, and it's composed of 6 desert theme biomes.
Right.
So it's a brand new area in the game, and they're not giving it away for free. It's $20. And
Okay.
And quickly here, this isn't the first expansion for the game. There's been 2 expansions
that were free.
That were free previously, and I don't know. I've never played this game, so I can't really speak on like.
Okay, so let me say, I played it, and this I'm gonna say this: people, you guys are playing a game, you're enjoying it, you have it a blast. There are no microtransactions. How do you think this company is going to stay in business and continue to build this game for you if they don't have an income? That's all I'm going to say, because they need money to continue to build the game that you like. If they don't charge you for this, if they continue to put out free stuff,
oh shit, Boogie's mad.
if they're going to continue to put out free stuff, there's going to be no game anymore. And then you'll really be butthurt. You won't be butthurt because they're charging $20 for this. You'll be butthurt because they shut down the servers. They got to pay their bills somehow. I mean, nothing in this world is free. You're enjoying it and you feel entitled and blah, 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 blah. No. Pay for the game if you want to play it. If you don't want to pay for it, stop playing the damn game. That's it. I'm done. I have nothing else to say.
That was a patented freaking Boogie Rant just now. Good Lord. Anytime that ever happens again, that is a Boogie Rant. Holy shit. Okay, so I agree with you on a few points there, but the point that I want to make is that this game is super popular on Steam. Yep. It has been in the top 5 most played games and most purchased games for quite a while. Right. So there's a lot of people that's playing it, a lot of people that are picking it up. They released for consoles not too long ago, so you have the game. The game is everywhere.
Right.
So it seems kind of weird to me that these guys wouldn't be making any money on a game that's so high on like the most played.
You gotta remember, these open world games, they scale, and when they scale, the price scales. The more people that join the game, the more servers they need. The more servers they need, the higher their cost is. So that's what the problem is. Part of the problem is the game has been more successful than what they were prepared for. And it's costing them more money than they were expecting. And I guarantee you that's why they're releasing this for $20 as opposed to releasing it free again. Because they're looking at their bottom line and look like, hey, look, if we keep going this way, we're going to run out of money and we're going to have to shut it down. So either we got to charge to keep the servers up and let us keep working on this game, or we're going to have to shut it down at some point. And
I never even looked at it from that point of view, but that actually does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's extremely popular. I mean, I can go look at my friends list right now. There's at least 3 people playing it on the Xbox. I mean, there's people playing it. They love the game, and it's not my type of game, but it looks fun if you're into that type of thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, they're a victim of their own success. They've got so many people playing. They have to scale up, and when they scale up, their costs go up. Yeah. And they can't keep doing that indefinitely without having anything coming in.
Yeah, so I can definitely agree with you on that. A lot of people were kind of butthurt about having to pay for content or DLC for a game that isn't even complete.
Right.
In the past, and I don't do too many early access games. But I remember there was a game that I got called Broforce. It was kind of like a side-scrolling, like shoot 'em up, and it was in early access for a very long time. Right. And while it was still in early access, they actually came out with an expansion, but it was its own separate thing, and it was free. It was free if you had Broforce. Then you got the expansion, which was based off of the Expendables movie, because the Expendables just came out, and that was free. if you, I believe it was free if you had Broforce. I'm not sure about if you didn't have it or not. You may have had to pay for it, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from. I can see where the fans are coming from, because usually you don't get this kind of behavior. You don't get this kind of scenario when it comes to early access games.
The mistake that the developers made is that they didn't limit the access. What they needed to do is limit the access. It's early access game. Maybe they should have limited to 1 million players, 500,000 players, instead of just leaving it wide open to the point where they need to scale up. And when they need to scale up, that busted their budget, and so they needed more income coming in. So if anything is to be learned, if there's any mistake, anything to get on a developer about, is that they should have, since it is an early access, which also it's an alpha game. Yeah. They ultimately should have limited the access. They shouldn't allow just unfettered access like they did.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't even know if that's ever been a thing where you limit the access of an early access game. I don't think that's ever been a thing. Well,
but most of the games don't
really require this kind of
And it's something something you really can't expect. I mean, you can't plan for.
No, definitely not. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I can see both sides, and since I don't play the game, it doesn't really bother me. But I will say that these guys seem very determined to make something great, with this game. I mean, it's been out for a while. This isn't a game that just came around, and it's been in early access for a long time.
I know it hit Xbox last fall.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when it hit the PC. I just know it hit Xbox because I lost a bunch of my clanmates. They went to go play that crap.
We're my friends. Yeah. So.
Yeah. But
be butthurt if you want. I think all of the money that goes that comes to the company from this DLC is just going to go into making the game better.
It's going to go back into the game.
It's going back. It's going right back into the game.
Yeah, you will benefit from it. I mean,
in the long run, yeah, they'll definitely benefit from it.
It's just business 101.
Yeah,
you can't keep spending money without bringing in money.
True.
It's not going to work.
True. And a lot of people's points was that they were using money. It had to cost them money to make this expansion or whatever. Right. So it's like, okay, well, instead of using the money to fix the game and perfect the game, instead you guys opted to make an expansion that you want to charge people for. That's a lot of the
Right. So that's like when you go to the gas station. When you go to the gas station, your car's on E. Right. You got $10. You can say, well, I can take $5 and put it in a tank, and then take $5 and buy me a hot dog and drinks. Or I can just put the whole $10 in the tank and be able to go home and then come back to work. I mean,
I don't know where you work where you can get there. You must work down the street. I don't know where you're going with $10, man.
But I mean, that's their argument. It's like, okay, they should have just keep taking all the money and put it somewhere where it's not going to give them any return. They got to get some kind of return at some point, or they will go under. Yeah, without a question. Yeah. There will be no more Ark Survivor. The game will just have to be shut down because they won't be able to pay their hosting bills.
Yeah. Yeah, so I agree. I definitely agree. But yeah. So we'll see what comes of it. Most likely the next expansion will most likely be a free one.
Right.
And we'll see what comes from it. Yeah, this was a huge story over the last week. So I thought it would be worth mentioning here.
Yeah, people just are overly entitled. I mean, you shouldn't feel that you're that entitled.
Yeah, I mean, and remember, this is an early access game, so
yeah,
shit changes.
Definitely.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and move on to the our last story for the day. What we got?
I thought this was really cool. I have this game on pre-order. Forza Horizon 3 is getting a Warthog from Halo. Yeah. Nice little crossover there. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I mean, Forza Horizon, if you're not familiar with it, it's the Forza series, but it's not a full racing sim. It's more of like a cross-country type, Need for Speed type game. It's like an open world racing game. I should say. You drive to certain points, and when you get to the point, you go on a race. There's missions and so on and so forth. There's on-road and off-road racing, which is why the Warthog would be a useful vehicle in this particular game. But
Right.
yeah, I thought it was pretty cool that the Warthog is coming to Forza Motorsport, Forza Horizon. It's definitely a welcome surprise and a welcome
Yeah.
addition.
I mean, I've never played the Forza Horizon or Forza series in general, but this is definitely a very cool crossover. I mean, the Warthog is probably one of the most iconic vehicles in gaming in the last like decade or whatever. Tons of like epic moments in some of the story modes for Halo with with the Warthog.
Yep.
So I mean, it's a Microsoft, platform. So I see this as a very welcome addition.
Now, there is a caveat with Forza Horizon 3. You do get the Warthog. It is free, but you have to have played Halo 5 or the Halo Master Chief Collection.
Oh, so you have to have Halo save data in order to unlock it.
Yeah, to get it.
I mean, well, if you got an Xbox and you never played Halo, like what the hell's wrong with you? Something's wrong with you, man.
It's not any Halo. It's Halo 5 or the Master Chief Collection.
Well, yeah, the ones on the Xbox One. So,
right, but
so
that's a caveat. So if you haven't played it, go run to the red box, run
to the red box. There you go.
Play it real quick, and then if you got your Forza Horizon coming, if you're one of those players, you'll get your Warthog, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. I'm looking at the trailer right now. The detail on this joint, holy crap, dude!
It looks cool. It looks cool.
That joint look clean, son. That joint look clean.
Yeah, definitely.
And they kind of like slimmed it down a little bit. It's not as bulky as I remember. But yeah, that's actually really cool, and it's a perfect segue into our long form discussion where we're talking about video game crossovers and some of the good and bad crossovers that we've experienced.
Right.
So right off the bat, I'm just gonna stick with Microsoft and say that Killer Instinct has had some of the best crossovers that I have seen in gaming in a very long time. And I don't even play Killer Instinct, but like those crossovers, man, you got your Halo, you got your Gears,
Rash,
and you got freaking Battletoads, and we've discussed
Rash is kind of cool.
Yeah, Rash is cool, man. We discussed this on a previous episode with Rash being in Killer Instinct, but I think that is just a baller, roster right there, and it fits, it just fits in perfectly with that world, with that universe, because Killer Instinct has always been about, taking advantage of the different cliches in movies and games and stuff. So you got your ninja character, you got a vampire,
right?
You got
your cyborg, Yeah, so it actually fits in that world, and it fits perfectly, and that's why I think that's probably one of the best ones in recent years, because the last time I've seen a crossover this epic was probably no doubt Smash Brothers with the inclusion of Sonic and Snake. That shit was awesome, and then with Mega Man. Oh yeah,
Mega Man in the Smash 4 and Pac-Man. Yeah, Smash Brothers has had some pretty dope crossovers, but I remember Soul Calibur 2 on
with Link,
and Link was on the GameCube. Spawn was on the Xbox and Hahachi was on the PlayStation. That shit was tight. No, I had both. I had both the GameCube and the Xbox version just so I could play both characters. I was yes.
I had Xbox and PS2.
Okay.
Hiachi, I liked Hiachi.
Hiachi was pretty dope. Yo, Link was OP though, dude.
Yes, I didn't get the GameCube. I had a GameCube. I just didn't get the GameCube.
You just didn't get that version. Yeah, that was a very fun crossover, and I like the way that it was exclusive crossovers. I think that back then that was actually
kind of cool. Yeah,
that was really cool.
And then was it the third one that they did, the Darth Vader Yoda?
Yeah, Darth Vader and Yoda on Xbox. And I actually didn't want Yoda though. I wanted Darth Vader, but I didn't have a PlayStation, so I was kind of salty on that one.
I took Yoda.
Yeah, I didn't like Yoda.
I thought Yoda was fun. I enjoyed Yoda. I
Oh
thought,
yeah, he's like all short and jumping around and
but
shit.
I remember playing Darth. Somebody must have had it and linked it to me, but I didn't like Darth Vader because he was like slow and brooding. He's like
Yeah, he was super slow.
yeah, he's like Astaroth type character,
Yeah.
but his moves weren't as good as Astaroth. He didn't have that reach.
Right.
So yeah, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. That's good. And then you always got the what's it, Marvel versus Capcom.
Oh yeah, good lord.
That's-
That is crossover the game.
That is yeah, that is the crossover. If you want crossover, you look at that, and that's the crossover you want, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
but
I mean, because Capcom they've been crossing over with a lot of franchises over the years. They did the SNK.
Yeah,
Of course they did Marvel.
they did Mega Man, Street Fighter X Mega Man, right?
Oh well, that was Mega Man Cross Street Fighter. That was like a fan game turned into like an actual release. But yeah, that was cool. And then they also did the Tatsunoko versus Capcom
Oh
for
yeah,
for the
yeah,
Wii.
yeah. I remember. I heard that guy. A lot of people really liked that game.
Yeah, I mean it was cool. I played it on the Wii, and I think they used that to gauge how much people would actually want Marvel 3. And they took that and they just ran with it.
That makes sense.
Because I mean, I wasn't really familiar with any of the Tatsunoko characters.
Right.
I was like, it was like that's some old school anime right there, man. And I was like, I don't even know who the fuck these guys are.
Yeah, but yeah, there've been some really good ones. There've been some bad ones. Capcom had a bad one, the Namco one. I thought that was pretty bad.
Which one?
Namco Cross Capcom.
Well, yeah, that's like a strategy game,
Right. It wasn't. It was way outside of what you well, not way outside, but it wasn't what you would expect.
No, definitely not, and definitely wasn't what you wouldn't expect if you watched the trailers, because the trailers just showed like all of your favorite characters just like doing this like really cool combo shit that like you don't actually do yourself. You just
you just watch it.
you just watch that shit happen. And I was like, what the fuck? And I almost bought into it. I was like, yo, because then they came out with the second one. And it brought back a lot of like old school franchises from Sega, because they added the addition of like Sega, Bandai Namco, Capcom, and I think it was one more. I can't remember. But they brought in like Streets of Rage characters, and I was like, oh shit, Streets of Rage. But then, the gameplay is basically an RTS game, and then you just watch cool combos. And that's it.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, for people that like that kind of game, I don't think that it's a terrible game. I just don't think that it's what a lot of people expected.
Misrepresented, right?
Definitely. Give me control of the combos. Let me do the combos, man. No, I like combos.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I mean, you got what? You got three versions of crossovers, right? You have the major crossovers, was it's mashup of two or more IPs. Or franchises. You have the minors where you just got a cameo, right?
Like guest characters, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have the third party crossovers where it's two different companies, right? So we're looking at like say a Sony, Nintendo, and Sega, like we talked about, your Sonic Mario type crossover. But going through those, what do you think? What would you say was your favorite crossover?
Well, I'd have to say that Smash Brothers has always been a game that I've played through the years. I played the first one on the N64, and I've been playing them ever since. So I can say for a fact that when Sonic was announced for Smash Brothers Brawl on the Wii, I literally lost my shit. Okay, because I remember that there was a poll going on, and I can't remember whether or not it was available in the United States, but for Brawl, there was a poll in Japan for what characters people would like to see, and they did it differently with the more recent Smash Brothers. They allowed like every single country to do a polls and put in your submission, and they went up based off of that. But this was a lot more low key, and there was no way to know what the results were until the character was announced. So I remember every week or so they would release a character, like, okay, well, here's Mario, okay, here's Luigi, these characters are coming back from Smash Brothers Melee, right. And then I just clicked on the site, and I saw those fucking red shoes, dog, and I was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then like the trailer, oh my god, like I don't whoever made that trailer, like I freaking love you, man, because they had the Live and Learn song going, and oh my god, my heart melted, dog. I think I cried. I think I cried, but I think that Nintendo just has that magic, in their games, and when they cross them over with other things that you like, it's just a recipe for greatness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they definitely did that right. I think they did that crossover very well, and they've been continuing to just surprise people, with, at least with Smash Brothers, with the inclusion of like characters that people want to see.
Right. That's one thing about Smash Bros. One game that they continue to push the bar or push the envelope on is Smash Brothers, especially with their cameos. It's kind of cool. I mean, I've never really got into Smash Brothers. I watch it from afar.
Yeah.
But the cameos that they get in their characters they get to add in Smash Brothers. I mean, like you said, Sonic, they got Solid Snake, Mega Man, Pac-Man. I mean, didn't they at one time didn't they have like Ryu and Cloud?
Yeah, no, Ryu. Yeah, he's in this one. Ryu is in it. Cloud is in it.
Yep.
Bayonetta. I'm just like,
yeah,
dang.
they add a lot of cool
They added a lot of cool characters in there, and a lot of stuff that you would not freaking expect. Who expected to see Ryu in Smash Brothers? Not me.
Right.
And that's just the thing. Like they keep these things like just under wraps and just hidden from everybody, and they just smack you right in the face with it.
What I always thought was cool about it is that they're iconic characters. They're not just some obscure character. They are iconic characters. I mean,
icons. Yeah.
Hiachi. I mean, Ryu. I mean, Bayonetta. She's kind of newer, but still. Yeah. Everybody knows who
unexpected as hell. Nobody expected it.
But
did not see it coming.
When you saw her, you knew who she was. You didn't.
I was like, oh,
yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's cool. It's just, yeah, I that's a good pick. I mean, me personally, I'm just looking at Soul Calibur because I'm a bit of a Star Wars geek. When I saw Yoda and Darth Vader and Starkiller and all of them. And
Starkiller, he was in it too.
That's man. Listen, I was like, yes, give me more. I mean, I was disappointed in Darth Vader's play, and I'm come to think of it, I did buy both. I bought both games.
Okay.
And I played the Xbox one more because I didn't like Darth Vader.
Yeah, and that was what Soul Calibur was that 3?
4.
Okay.
Soul Calibur 4. Yeah,
that's right.
But that was probably one of my favorites. I think one of the cooler ones. If you ever play Fight Night, I think it was this Fight Night round 2. Let me look. But in Fight Night, they cameoed Little Mac.
Oh, did they? Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool. I mean, if you don't know who Little Mac is, come on, man, really.
From Punch Out.
Punch Out, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, or Punch Out after they got rid of Mike Tyson when he started raping and people and biting them. But when they had Little Mac in there, he was actually not that good of. I guess you can build him up, but it was just cool to see him in the game. I thought that was cool. That was a nice addition.
And they've been doing a lot of crossovers, definitely in the fighting genre. I mean, right now in Dead or Alive, they just added Mai from King of Fighters.
Oh, wow.
They have pretty much like half the roster from Virtual Fighter in Dead or Alive 5 right now.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I mean, I haven't played I haven't played Dead or Alive in a very long time.
Dude, Virtual Fighter, that was my stuff, man.
Yeah, They have like, I wouldn't say have, like maybe like I think like the main 4 they have like what Jackie. That one the chick I don't know their names. I just remember Jackie and Akira.
Yeah, Akira, Pi, Sarah,
yeah.
Jackie.
I think those 4 are in it, and then they just added Mai from King of Fighters into Dead or Alive 5. So that's actually I think crossing over in fighting games has been very common.
Right, because those are really easy. To do a cross, not really easy, but they're fairly easy.
Well, definitely easier, yeah.
Right, because the biggest issue with moving crossing over fighting characters is balancing them, right?
Yeah.
Most of the fighting games, I mean, you got either 2D or 3D, and most of the characters, most of the fighting series have both a 2D and 3D version of their game. So moving them in, the biggest issue would be balancing. But some of the other games, like a lot of the platformers, I don't think has there been any kind of shooter crossovers yet. I know I wished for a Halo.
I remember in I think it was Halo 2 or 3. There was the Hayabusa armor. Was that in 3 or 2?
Yeah, but that's just armor.
But it was a crossover. It was a legit
Yeah.
crossover. You looked like Ryu Hayabusa.
Ryu,
You had the freaking sword. You had everything. That was kind of a
That was
crossover.
kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. What else? I'm just going down a list of stuff that I can remember. Mario Kart 8 has Link from Legend of Zelda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have the Animal Crossing character in it, and they also have a vehicle based off of F-Zero, and a track that's from Excite Bike.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so lots of cool crossovers,
Cool.
man.
I mean, if you do Forza, you got the James Bond car,
Yeah.
the DB5. They had a DeLorean.
Right.
They had the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am. And we just talked about Halo. They had the Fast and Furious in there, so they had a bunch of the Forza Horizon 2 had a Fast and Furious DLC, which I thought that was kind of cool, where you got to drive Gino Toretta's his what was it, the Challenger that he drove. Yeah, so that was kind of cool. I liked that. But yeah, I mean,
Lots of
lots
cool,
of crossovers.
Lots of cool crossovers. Yeah.
They're done right. Like I said, I think the top, and I initially said the Capcom Marvel versus Capcom, but I would say Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers, probably does the best job with their crossovers.
Yeah.
And getting the characters. Like I say, they get iconic characters, and for the most part, from what I've seen, I mean, I've watched you streaming. I watched the Super Smash Brothers during Evo. The characters are pretty balanced. It's not one character that's
yeah. Fuck Cloud though. Cloud can kiss my ass.
that's just his,
I
that's
hate that guy.
his style of play. He's not overly OP. He's just his style is shitty.
Yeah.
But I think they do probably the best job.
Yeah.
Or one of the best jobs. They're up there with Marvel. I guess there's a toss up between them and Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah. I think the fighting genre and probably the racing genre are like probably the best suited for crossovers. Because I'm just going down a list here, and there was you had like I totally forgot about Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Oh yeah, that's
That
right.
was like a crossover game, and then there was supposed to be a Tekken Cross Street Fighter, but they had to they shelved it. Yeah, they shelved it. I don't know if it's been completely axed, but it's currently not in active development right now.
Yeah, I won't. Because why was it they were having a hard time. So Street Fighter Cross Tekken was 2D, right?
Yeah.
And they wanted to do the 3D Street Fighter Cross. The Tekken Cross Street Fighter is supposed to be 3D. I think they were just having a hard time converting the Street Fighter characters to 3D. I remember they tried.
I don't think so, because right now Akuma is a fully fledged character in the newest Tekken game.
Yeah, but not necessarily just Akuma. Some of the other characters, like you think of E Honda, Blanca, maybe Zangief. Zangief should be easy 3D, but
Yeah.
I remember they did a 3D Street Fighter game and it was horrible.
The EX series was
Yeah.
fully 3D.
Yeah.
I mean, but this was going to be published by Bandai Namco, so Capcom wouldn't have had anything to do with making the game.
Yeah, one of them might have just pulled the plug because they fell out of graces with each other.
Well,
Who knows?
Well, I don't know if they fell out of graces with each other, but I know that the Street Fighter Cross Tekken got horrible press with the on disc DLC debacle and all that that went on. But I feel that Tekken Cross Street Fighter might still happen.
Maybe.
With the inclusion of Akuma in a main game. A main Tekken game has a Street Fighter character. I feel like it's just a matter of time. I think they're just trying to perfect projectiles in Tekken, because that was something that they've never really had. And I feel like they've been trying to figure that out for a while.
For a while, yeah. Another one we forgot is the Mortal Kombat one, Mortal Kombat DC.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that was a cool
that was
cross.
pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean I didn't play that. I actually didn't care for it. I was like,
yeah,
because it wasn't M rated. It was a
right.
teen rated.
That's because of
So
DC.
no
DC
fatalities.
didn't want their characters doing fatalities. They didn't want
Yeah.
Batman and Superman ripping people's heads off. But
Nah,
I thought
man.
it was cool, and it led to the DC game. What's it? Oh crap.
Injustice.
Yeah, yeah, in Justice League, yeah, Injustice, which I think that's a pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good game. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Yeah, and then there's plenty of crossovers. I can go down the list because
yeah,
they got the anime crossovers
yeah,
games. There's so many. Um, there's so many.
right.
What's it called? Oh, do you remember Dead or Alive 4 and how they had like a Spartan in there? It wasn't Master
Oh,
Chief,
that's right. They did in Dead
but
or Alive. I
yeah,
remember
but it was a
that.
Spartan in Dead or Alive 4. That
Right,
shit was
that's
dope.
right. That's right. They did have it just like a Spartan soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was cool. That was
Yeah,
really cool. Yeah,
yeah, I remember that. But yeah,
yeah,
lots of cool crossovers.
yeah.
There's not a lot that I can say about bad crossover games because I probably just haven't played
I
them.
haven't played them right.
But I think the more crossovers we get, the better, man. As long as it makes sense.
Well, yeah, that's one thing.
Don't just go crossing over is freaking anything.
And the way the industry consolidated, especially within the past 5 to 10 years, the ways all the developers are being snatched up by these giant publishers, I would hope or think that there should be room to bring some of these um, these brain freeze. Bring some of these worlds together
Yeah.
to make a good crossover game. Like I said, I would love to see Halo Gears. I mean, Microsoft got rid of both of the original developers for both
Yep,
games.
they
There's
did.
no more Epic Games for Gears. There's no more Bungie for Halo,
Nope.
and Microsoft is in complete control of both IPs.
Yeah.
I can see where that's a possibility. Now, whether it happens or not, that's something else. I mean, but I would love to see something like that. I can't think of any other crossovers. I don't know anything else. I can't think. I mean, you mentioned Mario Sonic. I wouldn't mind seeing that, a Mario Sonic crossover, like
Yeah.
a real platformer, like in their normal habitat type crossover, not some kind of crazy Mario Sonic at the Olympics. Come on, man, get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. I played the first one and it hurt my wrist, so I was like, never again. Never again.
All right, I'm not gonna ask you how you hurt your wrist playing the game, but
Dog, do you remember those early Wii games, dog? They
oh
had you
yeah,
doing have you waggling the shits all crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like that's why people were breaking their freaking wrists and throwing their Wiimotes at their TVs. They just had you doing too much, man. Tone it down.
Toned it down. That's right. Right.
But yeah, yeah, I think gaming is ripe for crossovers. And something that I actually wanted to mention when we were talking about the superheroes, like we need more superhero games, man. Superhero crossover games, dude, because
Awesome.
there's a lot going on in the world of comics that I don't think is being properly represented anywhere else. Like you
Yeah.
know, you don't have that many TV shows for comic book characters anymore.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I would love to see a new a Marvel fighting game.
Another Marvel fighting game.
Yeah, one that's based off the cinematic universe. I think that would be pretty awesome.
So you'd have to get somebody to do it right, man. Because
Yeah.
I think that's the one to easily just fuck up.
Oh yeah, because it's an easy money grab. You go, oh,
Yeah.
Marvel Cinematic Universe, bam, and we sold 100,000
See, and that's why I didn't say based off of the movies. Like I wanted more based off of the comics because anytime that you do a movie tie-in game, it just already is just like doomed.
It's doomed.
It's doomed to failure.
right.
There's only been a couple of
Very few. Yeah.
a very few movie tie-in games that I can say that I played and liked and had a lot of fun with. But I really think that we need to get some more superhero crossover video games.
I would love to see like some of the current comic book stories adapted as
that's
a
what I'm
Marvel
yeah.
Ultimate Alliance type game. That would
I mean maybe something like that.
in that sense. I mean, this is the thing. It's it's so much, especially in the comic books. It's so much and it changes so fast. For them to try to make a huge AAA title like in the same vein of like say like a Mafia 3 or Watch Dogs or like even Halo, something like that. By the time they got the game out, the stories would have been gone 2 times over.
Yeah.
But something like Marvel Ultimate, which it doesn't. I mean, obviously you got to do it right, but it doesn't take as much as doing like one of those big 3D rendered games, and you can still make it fun and accessible. With the story actually being well represented, I think that would be a good way to go with a lot of the comic book stories, because those stories, they change every couple of years.
Dude, like the current Marvel landscape is not even, it's nowhere near what you think it is.
Right. Yeah. They got female Thor, and then who else is a female now?
Iron Man is a female now.
Iron Man is a black girl, right? Iron Man is a black girl.
Yeah, it's a black girl.
People were real upset about that.
The Incredible Hulk is an Asian dude.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of different stuff going on with that. I like it. I like that they're
yeah, they're definitely switching things up, but I really don't like. It's like if you don't watch the or read the comic books, you have absolutely no idea what's going on in the current landscape for those franchises.
You're missing
and I really think that they could be represented very well in video games and kind of catch people up, man. Because, dude, I don't even know what the last superhero video game I actually played was.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the broken one on PS4. Remember?
Well, I'm talking about. I mean, before that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, to be quite honest.
Well, the Spider-Man games. I've been playing the Spider-Man games, but those are all been based off of movies or just like in their like own self-contained like universe or whatever.
The last the one that he was time traveling. That's the last one I played.
Shattered Dimensions.
Yeah, Shattered Dimensions. Yeah, that's the last one I played.
That shit's dope.
Yeah, that game was great. Yeah.
So I really want more. I really want more superhero video games. I want some more X-Men. That's what I want. I need X-Men.
I don't know.
I need them, man. They were good. The freaking X-Men Legends.
Yeah, X-Men Legends. That was a good game.
And it told two very distinctive stories within the X-Men landscape. It told the story of the Sentinels, and then it's told the story of the Apocalypse. And it's just great for storytelling.
It was seamless, yeah.
Seamless.
But that game style, that's the type of game style. I think that's the easiest.
The easiest way to implement.
It's the easiest way because they can get it out. They can tell the story fairly easy. It doesn't have an overbearing development cycle.
Yeah.
They can pump that type of game out in 18 months, easily.
Yeah. They just got to keep the gameplay fresh though. They can't just like rehash the same shit.
Right. But it shouldn't be hard, right? I mean, if you do one game with one group of characters, and you do another game that's a different group of characters that are all kinds of different powers and play different ways, you should be able to keep the gameplay fresh, not just by it's the same punch and shoot but with different characters, but you should be able to make enough changes to keep the gameplay fresh as you move through the different stories and the different characters.
Yeah,
just different story arcs and characters. But
right. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into our final thoughts. We just segued into like we them segues, man, off tangent.
I wish, right?
We can talk, because we can talk about that we can talk about that topic for forever. Right. But let's go ahead and get into our final thoughts. What I'd like to say is definitely looking forward to the upcoming Xbox updates. I think since the info is already out there, they need to just go ahead and officially post it. Let it go. It's out there. Yeah. Kind of like Sony and the Slim. Just let it go, bro.
The Slim, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, they're pretending it doesn't exist is makes you look very dumb.
I mean, they're popping up all over the place. Apparently, there was a grip of them on eBay.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Like, Sony really needs to get their shit together.
What happened? Did somebody just like steal a Sony truck or something? What the hell?
Somebody at freaking UPS, man, they just took one for the team, dog. Had a truck full of them. Was like, fuck this job, dog.
I quit.
I quit. I'm taking the truck with me and
fuck your couch.
Fuck your couch. Yeah, just took one for the team. Then somebody got fired. Somebody got fired for this, definitely.
Probably, for sure.
But yeah, and as far as the paid DLC for Ark Survival, I definitely agree with you in that these people need an income. So,
Right.
I mean that's pretty much all I have to say. Any final thoughts for you?
Yeah, definitely. Especially with my favorite game getting an update on the 20th, Destiny: Rise of Iron. The LFG thing is going to be great.
When is Destiny 2 coming out? Is that even a thing anymore?
It is. It was supposed to be out this year. They delayed it to next year.
Okay.
Um, so I'm hoping they haven't said or heard anything. I doubt it. I honestly don't think it's going to come out next year. I have zero expectation that it's going to come out next year.
I'll pick up Destiny 2. I'm done with the first one.
But yeah, I'm going to say, as an advocate of Destiny, you're missing out. They from when you last played it to what it is now, it's
Completely different.
180-degree difference.
Yeah.
It's definitely a whole different game. It still has some of the same caveats, same issues. My biggest issue with the game is the PvP meta, but I mean they're not going to fix that. They can't. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. But yeah, my final thoughts. I'm definitely looking forward to the update, the Xbox Live update. I'm going to be spamming the update on my settings until I get it. Unless it just shows up like one day I'm sleeping or something, because I do have auto download. Mafia 3 PAX,
Oh.
dude, I'm sold.
I'm
That
hyped,
latest-
dog. I'm waiting.
That latest DLC, I mean that latest video, I'm definitely sold on that. Yeah, I mean, listen, people, nothing in this world is free. Nothing
Yeah.
is free. I mean, you can either embrace this $20 DLC for Ark, or don't buy it. And if you don't buy it, don't be surprised if the game it gets shut down. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
That's all he has to say on that. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. We hope you enjoyed the podcast. Hope you enjoyed the show. You can catch all of our show notes on our Facebook page. Make sure you also follow us on Twitter at AW Gaming NS. And Boogie, why don't you tell them where they can hear all of our wonderful voices?
Okay. When you go running, you go riding your bike, you're listening in the car in traffic. You can get us on iTunes. You can get us on Google Play. You can get us on TuneIn Radio, or if you use a podcasting app, me personally, I use Overcast. We're there too. Just look up. You can go a weekly gaming news show, or you can just put the initials AWGNS, and you'll find us.
You will find us. All the information is also on our Facebook page. We definitely appreciate you guys tuning in and listening to us talk about games. We definitely enjoy this, and we will be back next week, and we hope to see you guys there. Until then, I'm Trenell here with my boy Boogie, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.